Today in Cannabis News, Maryland lawmakers submit a proposal to allow voters to decide whether or not to legalize cannabis statewide during the November elections. Mississippi becomes the 37th state in the U.S. to legalize medical cannabis statewide. And after the U.S. House passed the SAFE Banking Act for the sixth time, the bill's sponsor says that talks with Senate leadership to gain support are ongoing. It's Monday, February 7th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California, it's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, residents of Maryland could have the opportunity to vote in November 2022 on whether or not to legalize adult-use recreational cannabis statewide. A proposed bill in the Maryland State House of Delegates lays forth the groundwork for legalization. House Bill 837, backed by Judiciary Committee Chair Luke Clippinger, was presented recently as an addition to House Bill 1, which would enable voters to decide in November on whether or not to legalize cannabis for adults aged 21 years and up, with a start date of July 1st, 2023. An individual with a sole conviction for simple possession would have that charge immediately wiped from court documents within Representative Clippinger's bill. Furthermore, anyone presently serving time in prison or jail on a cannabis-related offense would be qualified for a resentence. According to a statement by House Speaker Adrian Jones to Maryland Matters, Clippinger's proposal would establish a cannabis business assistance fund that would assist those disproportionately impacted by marijuana laws and support business incubators, educational programs at historically black colleges and universities, and more. Next up, the Republican governor of Mississippi has enacted a proposal into law legalizing medical cannabis statewide for eligible patients with chronic ailments. Mississippi is now the 37th U.S. state to allow medical cannabis, with the law taking effect instantly after it was ratified. Within the new Mississippi statute, individuals diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, AIDS, Crohn's disease, autism, and other conditions will be able to obtain medical cannabis. After an in-person evaluation, patients must get a verification from a certified healthcare professional and a registration identity card from the State Department of Health. Without an exemption, dispensaries are not allowed to be established within 1,000 feet of a school, church, or child care institution. Schools and child care centers, on the other hand, shall be allowed to administer medical cannabis in the same manner as with medical prescriptions. The law also prevents schools, landlords, and employers from discriminating upon card-holding patients. Despite calling the proposal imperfect, Governor Tate Reeves praised it for decreasing the quantity of cannabis that may be bought by a single person, claiming that it will lead to hundreds of millions of fewer joints on the streets. Last up, the U.S. House sponsor of a bipartisan cannabis financial services proposal said that private talks have been going on with Senate leaders on changing his proposal to resolve social inequities more directly in order to secure their backing. Representative Ed Perlmutter shared the remarks with Marijuana Moment just moments prior to the House advancing the Secure and Fair Enforcement Banking Act for the sixth time as part of a larger legislative package. Lawmakers voted 222 to 210 to advance the America Competes Act, an industry and technology package whereby the cannabis financial services proposal was linked through an amendment late last week. He stated the discussions began prior to the House advancing the SAFE Banking Act when it was tied to the National Defense Authorization Act. However, such talks did not yield outcomes in a timely manner, as the financial services text was deleted during bicameral discussions, and Perlmutter blamed Schumer for a large part of the failure. The Senate has already approved its model of the current industry package, which focuses on contending with the country of China on commerce, but does not include cannabis financial services provisions. It's unclear what will emerge from the bicameral discussions to combine the dual versions of the package. That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com. And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde, signing off.